Thank you, Mr. Chairman and my dear colleagues. HSDickson, Bayelsa West and a member.
And my name is Peter Jia, Niger South, a member of the committee.
Chairman. Mr. Chairman and dear colleagues. Let me join first the Vice Chairman who spoke before me, and also in anticipation of other comments that other members will make to congratulate the Chairman and everyone who's a member of this committee. And as the Vice Chairman has said, this is a very important committee. The Chairman himself also said, all of us who are members, we will give maximum support and cooperation, Mr. Chairman, to you and the leadership of this committee. I know that in the course of the comments that other members have made, and the touch upon them, I felt I should state it, that both yourself and Chairman and the Vice Chairman have unalloyed support and encouragement. We will all be available at all times to deem fit and necessary to summon, even when there are urgent matters calling for input on this committee. I assure you, once we get summons, all of us will make ourselves available. I think that's all I say. We look forward to a very productive and fruitful tenure, fruitful in the service of the committee, the Senate, and the National Assembly, and the country. That's what we look forward to in the next 4 or so years, depending on the discretion of the leadership. Mr. Chairman, we congratulate you and thank you for summoning this inaugural meeting. I believe that at the next meeting, this one is an inaugural one, maybe at the next meeting we'll have us go into other more substantive serious issues. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. All other heads of the federal judicial system, the President of the Court of Appeal,
and then the President
the Chief Judge, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and then some other
and then the Chief Judge of the FCT.
While we wait to interact with the Honorable Attorney General, in his own case, he will meet us here. Not the other one. I don't know if that makes sense.
Very well. Well, normally I think driving from my experience of my service in the committee, the courtesy call is paid to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Then the other heads of courts, we always go on oversight basis in what we courts. When we go, we interact. We go on oversight. And then we even go, when we call them for budget briefings and what there is the chief registrars that comes, not the head of the court. But we normally also go, on the course of oversight visit, we go and then the heads of courts will also come and brief us. So since we are going on oversight visit, before the presentation of the budget, definitely we have to know the status of the budget performance about it. So when we go, we kill one bird. Is it
two birds?
2 birds with 1 stone. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
As many birds as you kill. The good fortune we have is, firstly, that our chairman has a lot of legislative experience, cognitive experience.
You are my chairman justice
I'm
committee in the
also,
house.
I'm also a very senior lawyer. The vice chairman is not just a senior lawyer, he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. And I've carefully, Mr. Chairman, looked at the composition. The members here, including those who, for some reason, are not here in this inaugural meeting. The committee, without doubt, has been carefully constituted. Mr. Chairman, I was to have attended, I've been here twice. While the chairman and other members were rounding up activities at the plenary. Now, I had moved over from here to the Committee on Housing, chaired by our able former Speaker and former Governor, Senator Tambwe. And our intention, both of us, we knew we were members here, we were to have had a small meeting, and Mr. Chairman, I apologize that I couldn't come back to join you as I planned to. I got hijacked by MC, and I knew you would join us here.
I concede to that hijack.
Even the entertainment that was provided, I will have it later. Thank you very much. But the reason I thought we should have this, if we have this inaugural meeting, I will raise it, is that I think that before, Chairman, before we even embark on the courtesy call, the preliminary introductory visits, before even we summon the Attorney General, so we're going to summon the Attorney General. Not for budgets, that will take its own cost. There are fundamental issues that, if possible, this tenure that we have has pleased God to give us in this committee and in this Senate, we have to attempt a solution at a number of the ills plaguing our nation's judicial system. If not now, when? And if not by us, who will do it? By the membership of this committee. Everybody eminent, everybody experienced, dedicated and committed. I think, Mr. Chairman, first, maybe not at this meeting, at another meeting, let us do what previous committees and other sessions were not able to accomplish. I.e., we have to discuss an agenda for judicial reform, justice sector reforms. Not initiated by the executive. If they do so, well and good, we'll meet ourselves halfway and work together. But we, ourselves, we must have an idea of what we want our judiciary to be, from recruitment and appointment to issues of training and fundamentally welfare. And then generally their conditions of service and to the work they do up until retirement. I thought I should mention it, not because I want us to exhaustively discuss it today. I know that at this inaugural meeting we will not have enough time, but I would like, Mr. Chairman, for you to make that an agenda at our next meeting. Summon a meeting for that purpose, so that let all members come with their ideas.
Distinguished.
So that under your leadership, we can craft an agenda for the Nigerian judiciary. We owe ourselves, even when we leave what we are doing, and we fall back to our legal profession from which we are on sabbatical. You know, you and I have been on sabbatical for long. All of us. And
Are you going to go back?
Well, yeah, why not? That's our profession. And even if we don't go back as when we get down to practice, all of us are under the law. We see the law in action every day. Even as we speak, people at various tribunals and so on and so forth. So we all have a stake, continue to have a stake. So I think, Mr. Chairman, I would like to thank you, and I know that you have experience, commitment, and the passion, and we are all with you to give you the necessary support to ensure that under your leadership in this committee, we're not just going to be receiving appropriation estimates and then going on routine visits to oversight visits and look at buildings. Yes, we'll do that. That's important. But more fundamentally, we have to craft an agenda that should be a part of the Senate agenda itself on justice sector reforms. Then we interact with the Attorney General that we are oversight, and then interface with it. We engage him with it, let him make his own decision, and then we take it forward. Maybe it will lead us to a summit, a national summit, and why not? It's long overdue. Maybe it will lead us to have an interaction, better interface with even the leadership of the executive arm, because we must have their buy-in. You know, so I thought we should do that, so that if we have that clear pathway, maybe when we are discussing, when particularly you will be discussing with these heads, you may have some issues of substance beyond the normal courtesies of a visit, to have their opinion and so on and so forth. Because if we don't fight for them, the judiciary are very helpless. They're very helpless. And it's a pity, a judge, till now, see most of them receiving 500,000 a month. Receiving 500,000 a month. Most of them can't even afford a decent vacation. Can't even go on proper vacation. A lot of issues. So, and then issues of the recording system, the operations of the courts, and so on. I know I won't be the only one to speak. I know all of us are conversant with these issues, and we are equally passionate and concerned. But Chairman, I just thought maybe after this inaugural session that we have under your leadership, you guide us, and we take a date for a meeting where we will discuss an agenda that will be our agenda, that will be your agenda, led by you in this committee, to push for necessary reforms. So sorry.
Thank you. Any other contribution?